Hey, it's E with the Reality, and welcome to my channel where we will discuss all things reality TV and hot topics. Now, before we get into the video, let's make sure that we are liking up the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Now, let's get into the video. You will have to excuse me, I'm still under the weather a tidbit, so I'm very congested. So I will try my best to make it through this video as quick as I can. So we're going to get into Love Island USA season 8, and this is episode 12. So the episode picks up with Zach and Kate in the hideaway. I don't think too many people really care about Zach and Kata in the hideaway. I mean, they had a conversation. It just seems like Kata is not really catching the clues that Zach is putting out. That he that yes, he has like a connection with her, but he is definitely open to exploring other things. So I don't know why she would put herself in a position to being intimate with him when you know that's going to make you be attached to him even more, opposed to keeping that boundary up and continuing the journey and see what happens. Because every time you turn around, he's mentioning about somebody possibly coming in. Will she be okay? I mean, even after you got finished doing the do, he asked, you know, what if somebody comes in? I mean, it's just crazy. We have Trinity and Anaya talking about Casey. Trinity is trying to give her good advice because she does feel like he prioritizes her, um, but Anaya doesn't feel like he does. Um, I don't know why Anaya doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what we're not seeing because what it appears to us is that he is prioritizing her. He looks like he he is definitely, you know, gives her lots of compliments. It seems like he makes her feel special. It just doesn't seem like he's not prioritizing her. And I don't know how, I just don't understand how we got here by, well, I do understand it to a point, but you've literally only seen him pull soul once. Well, yeah, officially once, maybe twice. I can't remember. I know he talked to her after the game that day, but I don't know if that's an actual pull. And then I knew he pulled her that one particular day. But she just doesn't feel like, so Trinity is basically just saying that she doesn't feel like he would be basically pretending. Anaya feels that maybe he's telling everyone how he really feels, but he's not being honest with her. Um, I can see that to an extent because it does seem like these men are having a difficult time, and I don't know if it's because they feel like the women are emotional and they don't want to trigger them and have emotional states. So they just choose to walk on eggshells. So I just feel like, but then I feel like that's also a cop out because be a man. Like, you got to stand on it. What you feel is what you feel. What you want is what you want. So you got to stand on that. You can't allow the emotions of a woman to dictate how you move, because then when you move slimy because you're trying to protect her, it still ends up being the same thing in the end. You still end up effing her over in the end because you should have just been honest and dealt with what was going to come in that moment, opposed to moving slimy and now it's something bigger than what it was. So I definitely feel like that, and not even saying that Casey is doing that, but if he wants to explore, it should be a thing of we are still open. So you are open to explore, I am open to explore. It's that simple. Like, that's as simple as the conversation needs to be. And they shouldn't even have all this back and forth. Trinity basically says, men are going to do what they want to do. And of course they do. You can't control any man. They're going to do what they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it. So you got to make a decision of things that's best for you on how you want to move forward, opposed to sitting and waiting for them to move forward. So again, I just feel like Anaya should have said, we are still open. You explore, I explore. And that's pretty much that. I mean, that doesn't take away from what they have if you're exploring. Because you don't have to be like sincere where you have to be out here making out every 2 seconds to be exploring somebody. You can be exploring somebody by just having conversations with them. So we move on to Kenzie and Corbin. And they is on my last nerves. And when I say last of the bit of the nerves, it lasts of the bit of the nerves. It's just Kenzie did all of this. Oh, she wanted a cowboy. Then they brought Caleb in, and he's her perfect type. He's her type. They come from the same place. They this, and that. But you can't stay out of Corbin's face. But whatever. So they're on the dock and they're talking. And I don't know. It just Kenzie in this episode just kind of, which Kenzie in many episodes have been rubbing me the wrong way, because I just always felt like Kenzie felt like she was the prize, and like even with the Zach situation, that annoyed me so much because how, how dare someone not be attracted to you? Okay, you weren't his type. That doesn't mean you're not pretty. He just he just wasn't attracted to you. You weren't his type. And that's okay. Because everybody you was locking lips in there with, you ain't said that they was your type. But you've been locking lips with everybody. So Corbin makes it clear to Kenzie that he's going to continue to explore Melanie. So I think that kind of gets her in her feels. She asks him for a kiss, but he doesn't give her a kiss. I'm kind of surprised by that. But baby, you got Caleb back over there. He eavesdropping. He can't hear, but he using them eyes. Baby, he over there in that kitchen looking down at that dock. Caleb said they kissed. Now Caleb done got everybody in the villa. They was down on the dock kissing. They was down on the dock kiss, even though they didn't kiss. He didn't know that, but they didn't kiss. But even though they didn't kiss because of Corbin, not because of Mackenzie. Why do I keep calling her Mackenzie? They didn't Kenzie. They didn't kiss because of her. Because if he didn't hold back in that moment, she would have been down on that dock, slobbing and all of that. I mean, I feel like Kizzy has literally kissed everybody. The fact of the fact that she was slobbing Sean down and they weren't even in a couple. I just was like, did I miss something somewhere? The reason that they were just all in each other's mouth from time to time. It was just odd. So I just don't really know what Kenzie's there for. I don't know if Kenzie is there because she's really looking for somebody, or she just wants to go to bed with somebody. Because it just seems like to me, her and Corbin's connection is physical only, and for Corbin, I mean, if he's any good in bed, I just feel like he's not gonna get rid of her. All he did was do a little DJ on it, and she acting like, you know, the sky's falling. He ain't even really just get in that thing yet. So I'm just saying, like, if he can really just get in that thing, then I don't know what Kenzie gonna do. Cause she gonna be out of her mind. Cause she already out of her mind. Corbin does make reference to if they were to go to the hideaway, it's gonna be a problem. I can't ever see them being voted to the hideaway. I don't even know if they're gonna be around for the next hideaway because the people is not feeling Kenzie. The people is not feeling Kenzie whatsoever. Kenzie goes to talk to Caleb. He does ask her about them kissing, and she says they didn't kiss. So he said, yes, he was seeing stuff. Yeah, you was seeing stuff. She was down there trying to get on one though. You wasn't too far off. But she was definitely trying to get on one. So it just didn't happen in that moment, but it was coming. Mel decides to sleep in soul ties again, which I don't blame her if because when everybody that was in the kitchen was talking about Corbin and Kenzie kissing, she walked up and asked like what was going on, and Soul told her that supposedly they were down there kissing on the dock. So I get her where she's just kind of like, I know she's having a difficult time moving on from Sincere, and then also being in this connection where he's actively still exploring his old connection. I can understand that just being a weird place for her, and she just like, I'm good. I'm just gonna sleep out here by myself. So we have Melanie talking to Anaya the next day, and she's just letting her know that the rumor, because Caleb definitely started a rumor that Corbin and that Kenzie kissed, um, is part of the reason why she didn't want to sleep with him. Um, but again, we knew that they actually didn't kiss, so it just it just made for. Which again, I feel like she needed to sleep out there anyways, even if they did kiss, they didn't kiss. I just feel like she needed to take some time because again, she got she was on this roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. Then he's Sincere's doing all this lying. Then she gets separated from Sincere. Sincere's basically in her ear telling her we're gonna be okay, we're gonna get through this, da da da. And then he doesn't even talk to her after. So, because we have not seen them communicate whatsoever. So I can understand her just needing some time to herself to clear her mind. Like, I don't have to just jump into bed with somebody else. And especially the way the Corbin is set up. Ooh, Corbin's trying to take it there with everybody. He already wanted him a little piece of Mel. But, ooh, forgot she don't like to be called Mel. Melanie. Corbin and Casey are talking. And Corbin is just filling him in. No, excuse me. Casey is filling in Corbin about what's going on with him and Naya. He's basically just telling him that they had a good conversation in Soul Ties and they wish um no. He was just saying that they had a good conversation. No, they did not have a good conversation. Sorry. Scritch, scritch. My note got messed up here. But basically, Corbin and Casey are Glee and all of that that they have going on is making it difficult for him. And then Casey is talking about his issues with Anaya right now and how, you know, it just seems like their communication is off and he's just kind of frustrated because he hasn't tried to explore, so he doesn't understand why she's thinking why she keeps saying that like she's a safe option, or basically just somebody that he is just like coasting along with, because he basically is, chosen her. He does call her a granny. Said, my goodness, calls her a granny. Because apparently she goes to sleep now. You can take that either way, because I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt of saying that she just goes to sleep fast. She gets in the bed and she's just knocked out. There's not really any cuddling, none of that kissing. I was hoping he was talking about that, because I hope he was not talking to calling her granny because she doesn't want to be intimate with him. Dude, she just met you. She don't gotta be like Kenzie over there opening her legs already. She don't gotta be like Kayla over there opening her legs. She don't gotta be like them people. Because again, once you introduce the physical, things get a little tricky. So my thing is stay away from it as long as you can until you're ready to be in those moments. Because again, intimacy just brings on a lot of other stuff. Um, we have Trinity and Bryce gossiping. They are literally like the gossip girls of the villa outside of Trinity and Kada, because all they do is talk about the other couples. They have literally like a rundown of all the couples. I've been trying to figure out, well, what about y'all? Because again, we, the people, is still not sold on this relationship. I don't know, because I don't feel like anyone has come in to test Bryce. I don't feel like anyone has come in to test Trinity. So, and I don't know. I just think they the gossip. They the gossip people. Um, Kenzie is really getting on my nerves in this episode. Because you're in a couple with Corbin. I mean, excuse me, you're in a couple with Caleb. Um, and you're really focused on the fact that Corbin is holding back on kissing you. Uh, and you're just annoyed by that. And we're just annoyed with you because he doesn't have to kiss you. Like, I don't understand how a man kissing you solidifies to you that he cares for you. A man can kiss anybody with no feeling behind it. So I don't understand why this is such a big deal because he chose not to kiss you. Whatever. Kenzie lets Caleb know that she does want to explore other people and that he should be open to exploring as well. This part was really funny, I thought. Because again, they're just sitting around the villa. They don't have too much to do. So they got to make their own entertainment. So some of the ladies gather around and they're going to watch TV. So what they're going to watch on TV is a little workout session. It's so hilarious to me. So they're like, ooh, let's get a little closer. And so, honey, they pull up the bean bags. They's like, so they start looking at Gabe when he's back, and they like, yeah. Then they said, I think we found our channel right here. And basically talking about Corbin. I mean, which Corbin is definitely, he's chef kiss. He is a perfect looking man. Um, I'm not sure everything that's like going on inside of that brain in him, but all the rest, he's just a fine piece of meat. I mean, it is what it is. He's a fine man. So the ladies are just admiring that fine man. You have Trinity telling Mel when she comes up that she just needs to fully go in. Like, look how good he looks. Girl, he'll have you flipping all over the place and da da da. What Trinity Trinity is telling Melanie. Um, Melanie is just looking like, should I really? And I know she, I don't know. I understand that situation because it's just difficult. You already have put so much into this person over here, and you were just ripped from each other. And then you were placed over here with this person. Yes, y'all have a little bit of like chemistry because I think her and Corbin actually look good together. I think they look better together than her and Sincere. But again, you also have Corbin who is lusting after Kenzie. So, you may not want to be a part of all that. Zach and, oh yeah, forgot. They came out the hideaway, which we already talked about that. Dude, I did forget this part. I don't know what the people gonna do with Bryce and Zach. Bryce and Zach, I mean, it's a lot happening there. It's just a lot happening there. I just want to know if anybody heard Bryce ask, did they do any butt stuff? Like when Zach said we did everything, and his reply was, "Did you even do butt stuff?" Which of course he didn't say like that, but um, I was like, "What? What kind of question is that?" I said that was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot. I don't know, Bryce. Bryce. Um, we got two airheads talking, Kenzie and Jen, because Jen is basically just, girl, you've been there 2 days, and you're just like going along with Kenzie and her delusion of what she got going on, because now it just feels like Kenzie is like so like upset with Mel, like Mel has done something to her. It's like Melanie didn't ask to be in a couple with Corbin. She was placed there. So you're placed, you are the one. Melanie got, just think, Melanie got so hyped for you when that man came in, it pissed Sincere off because they knew that was your type. That's all you've been talking about. And that's all you continue to say is that he's my type, he's my type, he's my type, he's my type. You're my type. But now you're mad at Melanie for exploring Corbin. So you're in your feels because you feel like he's prioritizing somebody more than he's prioritizing you. Jen makes a stupid comment about Melanie not knowing what she wants, and it's making it hard on everyone, everyone else. Excuse me? Excuse excuse me, Jen. What are you talking about? Someone, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to understand. What does Melanie's situation with Sincere or even Corbin got to do with you? What does it have to do with Anaya? What does it have to do with Trinity? It don't got nothing to do with nobody but the people that are involved. So what are you talking about? That's why I said just two airheads just talking. Because what you're saying doesn't even make sense. Ugh. Excuse me. And then for some reason, Kenzie is the one that's receiving the worst part of it. What? Again, this episode, Kenzie was on that last nerve. She just really was. I'm like, so you were placed in a couple with someone that you continuously say is your type. Melanie was ripped from the person that she was with, made to feel like she was crazy because she was being lied to. when this man is saying he doesn't want to explore, but then saying going and telling Soul he does want to explore, telling her he's not gonna kiss, then going and kiss, like she was being lied to. So she has gone through way more than what you're going through. Pipe down, girl, pipe down. Oh, we have Corbin talking to Melanie, and I can respect because it does seem like he actually respects Melanie a little bit more than he may Genzi. Just a teeny bit, just for the simple fact of, again, he seems to be keeping it honest with her about how he's moving, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do, and that's all you can ask. So it's like that doesn't even make him a jerk because he's doing that, because he's going to Mel to say, hey, this is what happened last night. Yes, we didn't kiss, but Kenzie didn't want to kiss. I didn't want to kiss because, again, I want to give this a chance. And I think just Melanie's just in her head. So she does agree in this conversation, because he's like, I didn't kiss her, and then you still didn't come and sleep in bed with me. And she's like, I'm sorry. And she assures him that she'll sleep in the bed with him that evening. So Anaya and Casey finally have a conversation. Conversation doesn't seem to go well because they are not listening to each other. It just feels like someone's looking to be right opposed to just actually hearing what the other person is saying. Because I feel like Anaya wants Casey to hear what she's saying, but she's not always taking in what he's saying. And so that's now frustrating him because he's just like, you know, I feel like I do all these things to you for you to reassure you, and I'm not receiving that in return. Like, again, then she's like telling him she wants him to be serious, and he's saying, okay, he understands that, but he's saying that, his personality. And she's like, well, I'm not basically telling you to change your personality, but I am asking that if I need 5 minutes of seriousness, that you can give me that. And I do think that's not too much for her to ask. If I need a serious moment, I need you to give me serious. Like, obviously, there's a time and a place to joke and play and all that, and sometimes we gotta have serious moments. So I need you to stand in that space when we do. So I'm not upset with her with, but still, I just don't understand why we got here. I just don't understand why we got here, because she was already, I don't think if she already wasn't feeling some type of way from the doc conversation when he did confirm to her that he would, have talked to Soul, that we would be at this point that we're at right now. I just don't. Again, I think that they're not married. You guys are not married. You're not an actual boyfriend girlfriend couple. I've heard neither one of you say that you guys are closed off. So allow each other to explore. I just hope that that happens for the two of them. Then we have Sincere telling Soul that he's going to pull Melanie for a chat, but he's basically telling her, I'm like, Sincere, honey, like, baby, you gotta get it together. You got to get it together. You cannot keep telling these women what they want to hear. That makes you an ass. But he's telling her that basically she's where he wants to be, to longevity. Baby, they cheers to longevity and all of this type of stuff and dot dot dot. He goes to talk to Melanie. He tells Melanie he misses her and he doesn't want to close things off. And it's like, Sincere, honey. How old is Sincere? Let me look it up. Because Sincerely, he gives me a headache. I mean, because it just don't even make no sense. Um, It makes absolutely no sense. He's 25. Like, sincere, you're 25. And you, this ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Maybe because you're an athlete, you like to play games. Maybe that falls along in the line of what you do as an athlete. I don't know. But it's a mess. Because you could have, again, just like with Melanie, you could have told Soul that it's not shut off with Melanie. You're going to go talk with her. You haven't talked to her since the recoupling. But I do want to let you know that the door's not closed on her and I. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm liking our connection. I'm going to see if it continues to grow. But I'm also not forgetting about my connection with Melanie. You're sitting up there telling this girl a dream. Part of it is her fault as well. Because you got to have your eyes open. You got to have your eyes open. So part of that's her problem. So they have a conversation. He pulls her. They have a conversation. They kind of have small talk, and it does seem a little awkward between the two of them. Like they don't really know what to say to each other. So a little small talk here and there. They do say they miss each other. And after they finish talking, Mel asked him for a hug. Melanie asked him for a hug. I was like, oh gosh. So he agreed to the hug. They hug. I was really surprised that he did not try to kiss her because she was open and willing and ready. She was like, the way she looked up to him was like, lay one on me, daddy. But he held back. I wondered if that made her feel some type of way because he was doing all that kissing when he was in a couple with her with Soul. And now the roles are reversed. He held back. So I wonder how that made her feel. But they came out, they went their separate ways. So we'll see from there. I don't know. I wanted her to explore with Corbin because, like I said, I felt like they did look good together. He seems to be a different person when he's talking to Melanie than what he is with Mackenzie. He just seems to be like a horn dog when he's with Mackenzie. I mean, with Kenzie, because it just seems like all they are communicating about is this sexual tension between the two of them. That's it. And to me, he's 22. So that's going to lead him. That's what he gonna follow. That's the scene he gonna follow. So it is what it is. Which it leads us back to them. So they go in for a chat. Now, not only do they go for a chat, they go for a chat in the bedroom. I'm like, when we start chatting in the bedroom, when we start doing it, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to in my mind, like when we start chatting in the bedroom. Okay. Well, anyways, they over in the corner in the bedroom chit chat. And I just wonder, I can't remember whose idea. I can't remember if it was his idea or her idea to go in the room. But, so they just sit there talking. And again, they're not talking about anything other than how much they miss each other, how much they're attracted to each other, how much, oh, I want to kiss you. And she's whining about him not saying anything to her or pointing out her bathing suit. I just can't. Kenzie just was on my nerve this episode. She just was. I just hate that for her. Like, girl, we don't like that. We don't like it. You just want to be picked so bad. How dare you lose to Melody? That's what it feels like. It's like, how dare I lose to her? No, you need to give me your attention. Whatever. Well, she got some attention, all right. So they slobbing it down, of course. And then after they get finished, now you flash over to Caleb talking about how much he trusts her and all the things, and they're over there kissing, and then she says, "Let's not tell anybody." Yeah, mm-mm. Let's keep this between the two of us. Hmm. But she's so honest, Caleb. Poor Caleb. I don't even know if Caleb was gonna make it to movie night to even be able to see that, but he'll be able to see it when she goes home. When he goes home, I just don't know unless they bring some bombshells in for her. Because I just feel like she is. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what none of these people are gonna do. So we'll see. I don't know. Leave your comments. Leave your comments below. Let's talk. Let's talk in the chat. But that's all for this episode. Bye bye.